we are going to false Hadamard transform in the FPGA. So this entire flow is going to teach how we can able to create a hardware for a particular algorithm. So before going to the hardware, we need to understand how we need to proceed. That means what are the inputs and outputs, where we can able to start the flow, and whether the input is in the same domain where we can able to process, or we have to move it to the some other domain. So all these things we can able to check and we can able to go. So the outline of the entire flow is the main objective and the input requirements, which is the image requirements, and then the processing requirements. And for the processing requirement, what are the functions are there? So something like a transformation functions, and then the proposed throughput. That means sometimes we need a system in the real time. Sometimes we need a system in the normal. So if you need a system in the real time, whatever the input flow, that means if you are getting a 5 inputs, we need to process the 5 input within the time the 5 inputs are generated, so that we can able to easily process for the real time. So the proposed design or the proposed system or the proposed algorithm, whether it is satisfying the need or not, the throughput is satisfying or not, we have to check it. Then flow is for QR code. So already sir said about the QR code. Anyway, we'll see on the brief with that. And the last one is watermarking algorithm. So the introduction, before going to the introduction, some basic nomenclatures, something like BPF or something. It's a billion bits per second. BPF means billion bits per second. So what this bits per second it's saying in a sense, something like 1 second how many bits I'm going to get, that's what I'm going to process. So this bits per second is much important when you are designing any algorithm or system for the real time. So per second how many bits we are getting, so that thing we are going to process. So our system need to satisfy this bits per second so the next one, FPGA field programmable gate array, it's fine. And QR, it's a quick response code. Maybe we heard about the barcodes and QR codes. So why it is needed and why we are using that, everything we'll see in the later slides. So the objective, to maintain the privacy, if you are taking, everyone has a camera, so in case if you are taking any picture or video, we need a privacy of that. So if somebody else took the video or photo and they authenticated that it's our video, we have to say no, it's ours. So we need to give a proper definition how this is belongs to me. Or else if somebody spoofed our images or morphed our images with something else, and we have to say it's not ours. So it's created by a morphing image. So all these things, if you want to preserve, we need some kind of sensitive information inside the video or the image. So without that, we can't authenticate or we can't have an authorization with the data. So if you want to keep this sensitive information, either we can store the sensitive information inside the video or image itself. In case if you are storing the image or video with the information, video or photo, something like the watermark applications. So after when we see, it's fine. Still, the image, so we need to embed all these informations behind. That means invisibly. So what we have to do for the invisible. So that is the next thing. So the main reasons for this project, so to secure the sensitivity. Why we need in the sense, the secure informations all are what we think private information. And the third, whoever have camera, whoever need image or video with the information. So if the video or image doesn't have information or if doesn't have any sensitive information inside it, we will not require this thing. But most of the times we require the sensitive information inside the video. So in case, if I want to keep this sensitive information, then I have to embed it, then I have to keep it as safe. But just think it while camera itself. After that, I'll save it in some system. Then I'll embed the other things. So middle, there is a chance before I copy it, or there is another copy of the video or image which without having this sensitive information. So with that video or image, somebody else can keep their information. They also can keep it. So whenever we record a video or whenever we capture a picture, during that system itself, we need to embed or we need to introduce the sensitive information inside the system itself. So we need a standalone in the sense it doesn't require any external peripherals or external hardware or software requirements. So while capturing video, we need to add the information, and the video which it's storing in the device itself, the information will be embedded. That's what how. So the discussion